Hey there, idiots. Have you ever wanted to be a comedian? Stop. It was a trick question. I got you. And you're probably thinking, well, Andy, don't you want to be a comedian? Isn't that what you're doing? No, it's not. Not really. No, I'll leave that to just about everyone who owns a notebook. They'll figure it out at some point. But then that raises the question, what if you are a self-proclaimed comedian? Are you happy with yourself? Are you funny? Do you have more than 3 friends? Well, that's what we're gonna figure out today by watching none other than a Jubilee video. This one came out a couple weeks ago. It's titled 6 Comedians versus 1 Fake, and it's part of the Odd One Out series that they do. Now, I've seen a couple of other YouTubers cover Jubilee videos. They're really weird, really awkward, really cringy, and normally seeing so many other people do videos about the same kind of thing would put me off, but I don't care. The reason I'm so drawn to this video in particular is because of the title, 6 Comedians versus 1 Fake. Now, from looking at the thumbnail of this video, I don't recognize any of the comedians, so that leads me to my next question before we begin the video. Are these people actually funny? Knowing Jubilee's content, things are looking pretty bleak, so let's just hop in and, find out what's going on here.
Hello, everyone.
So where did everybody come from? Everybody from LA?
Sacramento.
LA, born and raised.
Yeah, LA.
I'm from the IE.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's a sad place to be.
So here's the introduction section, right? You know what comedians are gonna do? They're gonna try and start some banter. No matter where these comedians are, they realize that they're on camera right now, so they are not giving up this spotlight opportunity. Oh, okay, yeah. So where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? Oh, cool. Let me speak over you real quick. Already 30 seconds into the video, we have this one comedian, or I don't know, maybe he's the fake.
That's a sad place to be.
He's already roasting the other people, so I can tell this is gonna get awkward pretty quick.
Where do you do stand-up at?
Kind of everywhere, like private events, birthday parties, maybe stuff
Birthday
like that.
parties. What kind of birthday parties have you done?
Oh, birthday parties. Great. That's so cool. They're already being super fake towards each other, like right off the bat. So it's making me wonder whether the title should be 6 comedians versus 1 fake, or how fake can these comedians be to each other?
You just do sets in front of family?
Yeah.
That's my worst nightmare.
I love the way this guy's already checking in with the camera, like he's already going for the laughs. Oh, so you do comedy in front of family? That's, I could never do that. That's so crazy.
When do you take your light?
2 minutes.
Light. Whatever they told me.
So they're talking about this thing called taking your light, which I've never done before because, once again, I'm not a comedian. According to this video, taking your light is when a venue flashes a light to indicate that you have X amount of minutes left to wrap up your set/act. I guess it's a good idea that she's using this stand-up term to kind of weed out who the not real comedian is, but it just comes off so pretentious.
Headlining, I get a 10 and a 5. I'm featuring or anything less than that, a 2.
Okay, and I'm a 1 minute.
Anybody do improv?
I see you.
Oh God, no, not the improv question. Hey, anyone do improv here? Yeah. This guy over here. Yes, Ann.
When did you start doing comedy?
Born This Way. I started doing it, I guess last year.
If she is the fake comedian, then she is not doing a good job of staying secretive.
Born This Way.
That's such a fucking God's gift to the stage answer. Like, I was born this way. I've always been making people laugh. It may not seem like it, but all of the culturally inappropriate jokes in middle school, yeah, it was popped around because of me. This guy. Now, immediately, I'm thinking that she is not the comedian, but I don't know. Maybe this is a tactic. She's not making a good case for herself. So now it's the end of round 1, so they're going to place their initial guesses on who they think is the fake. Let's see what they say.
She's very nice. She's very smiley, which is generally a red flag, I feel like.
Oh, great. Glad to know that a nice, genuine, caring person is a red flag. This guy's got to have great stand-up. You know how at a lot of comedy shows, people will heckle from the audience? No. This guy is the heckler at his own show. All right, guys, thanks for coming out. How we doing tonight? You, what's your name, miss? Oh, that's nice. Shut the fuck up. It also seems like so far Nichelle is a pretty popular answer, the one who does the birthday parties.
No way that she's getting a lot of work as a birthday comedian.
This guy is such an asshole. Yeah, no way she's getting work. What, birthday parties, funerals? Oh, what are you performing in the hospitals for the dying kids? Ugh. Look at his smug ass face. You know what this face screams to me? You know what this beard screams to me? Podcast. All right, so in the end, they ended up weeding out Nichelle. Pretty interesting results to me. It was pretty split down the middle between her and Isabella, but something tells me they found the wrong person.
Sorry.
You're gorgeous though, girl. Stunning.
But no, girl, you're gorgeous. You're everything. Just quit it with the theater kiss up nonsense. It's really just gross.
Isabella.
Me?
Can you do one of your bits, but can you do one with a tag?
Oh my God, they're gonna do bits now.
When Eric asked me what my tag was, I'm like, live a little, Eric.
That seems like a pretty bullshit response to me. All right, I get it though, because Eric so far has proven to be a pretty big jerk, but she still seems clueless. But what is a tag? I'm gonna look that up. Oh, great, I'm on the Comedy Terms Reddit, the pinnacle of comedy. So the tag is essentially the punchline. So they're just using more comedy terms to fist each other.
My back actually, it goes really low. So my butt is really low on my ass. See how far that goes down and you can't see one lick of crack. So that's actually that's kind of my showstopper. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing.
Okay, so it's like I don't have a crack, you pull it down, and what's your tag?
I can't even do a credit card swipe on this. I have to do a chip insert.
So that was the joke. It was pretty bad. It's interesting to see new comedians and how, like, the typical jokes that you see change over time. I feel like back in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s, all the jokes were like, so I go to the mechanic the other day to get my car fixed. Hey, and the mechanic offers me to his wife. So I went down to the store to pick up some new cassette tapes the other day, and the clerk says, hey, buddy, we don't got those no more. You see these? And I'm like, see what? And he's like, CDs. This guy stinks. And nowadays it's like credit or debit or Venmo.
Is this normal how low my crack is on my ass? Let me just see if this registers with, a wider audience.
Yeah, no, it didn't register, so we'll move on. Oh God, here we go. Here's Eric.
It's horrible, because my dad, he actually got really mad at me last week, and he called me a pussy. And I'm like, Dad, that's messed up. We don't call people pussies anymore. We call them millennials. Yeah, Jubilee, boom.
Oh my fucking God, no. There are so many jokes to make about millennials, but somehow he managed to make the worst millennial joke ever. This is bad because it's one of those jokes where, like, they take a term or, like, a phrase that's, like, offensive in some facets, and then they try to flip it on its head in a way that makes it seem like, they're gonna make some kind of commentary on the word, but then they just don't. This guy definitely sits backstage before his sets, pops a couple Joe Rogan pills, and he's like, what's going on?
I didn't smoke weed until I came to California because I was in the military. And like guys that smoke weed, when they find out that you haven't, they talk to you about weed the same way they talk to women about sex. You want to do it with somebody like me. All right, this stuff in my pants can change your whole life. Don't put the whole thing in it first. Just put the tip in.
Dude, cut him off on the punchline. What are you doing, Eric? Shut up! Okay, so cool sex joke, man. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'd just like to make it known that before I made any comments on the joke, I had to watch it back 3 times because I didn't understand it. It wasn't funny. Hey, but Eric, you know what this guy's all about? Pussy and millennials. That's what I like to call the Eric special.
I do sketch and improv, but I've been playing a baguette like a saxophone.
Ooh. Ooh, whoa. That punchline had the same energy to me as the it's a floater video.
It's floating.
It's a floater.
I mean, I can't even begin to say what was so horrible about that joke. Actually, no, I can. It's the fact that it wasn't a joke. I'll tell you what, though, to this guy's credit, I bet back in 2012, he was the master of top text, bottom text format memes. My therapist said I should pick up music as a hobby. I said, is food an instrument? Me sad. No bacon strips. I hate to admit it, but at this point, Eric does have, if anything, Eric does seem to have the best formed, like, actual joke in terms of format. Also, the format of this seems completely unfair to me because Nalissa wasn't even able to tell a single joke. She just got to say what she did for a living, and then they were like, you're fake.
And if you really sell that, you do that for like 5 minutes. If you can get your whole mouth on the baguette and just start blowing on it, it works.
That's not true. It doesn't work, and it's not funny. You're just gonna stand in front of an audience sucking off a baguette for 10 minutes, you fucking fool.
I was watching Pinocchio the other day, and I was, hey, this is just a movie about a puppet that gets more and more Jewish.
Oh my fucking God. No. He made an insensitive joke. Okay, of anyone, I didn't expect him to do it. Dude, it's just ironic, okay? Also, Pinocchio was probably Jewish. You guys, that's fake news.
Let me give you the light right now.
Yeah, they did not fuck with that joke whatsoever. What if the twist to this video was that none of them are comedians and we, the viewers, were just getting played the whole time? Oh man, these people have such horrendous lives ahead of them. Sorry, just gonna call it out.
Last month, I threw my back out trying to twerk. I went to the chiropractor. He said, hey, miss, how does that happen? I said, well, you know, I was popping that pussy for a real He said, oh, your insurance only covers fake
So it's like a self-deprecating joke. You know, the more I try to verbalize how this joke should have gone out loud, it's just not funny. But hey, you know these fake comedians, they gotta laugh it up in the background. You're so real for that. So what happens next is Eric brings up this thing called laughs per minute.
What is that? Is that like when I'm running and I take my heart rate?
Laughs per minute.
Yeah, laughs per minute.
It's not as much a thing anymore, but I feel if you're inside comedy, you've heard it before.
Dude, shut the fuck. Oh, you know, I could explain it to you as a comedian. What do you got a little time for me to talk over you? Like 10, 15 minutes, I could explain it.
How much do you get paid for a guest spot usually?
What the f*** you get paid?
$0.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. That's some camaraderie against Eric right there. I feel like I'm in the room with him. Honestly, though, dude, shut up. Shut up. No one cares about how much you're getting paid. 5 comedians, 1 fake, and 1 big asshole.
I voted for him because he, nice guy. He was bugging the shit out of me.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. I mean, easily you had one of the worst jokes, but I agree with you.
Maybe that's his form of stand-up comedy, but that's not really what comes to mind when you hear stand-up comic.
Hey, Michael, stop. You're on my list, bro, okay? You're on everyone's list.
This is just a movie about a puppet that gets more and more Jewish.
I think he should just be disqualified by default.
That's all right.
For yourself, so they get.
Yeah, that was a well-deserved loss. The baguette joke was pretty fucking pitiful.
Every time that you vote someone out who is not the mole, the prize money will be reduced.
Okay, so now there's a little bit of challenge here, a little challenge. I can't be so quick to assume, huh? I have a feeling that this new rule is just gonna make people more greedy, and more likely to lie to one another.
You asked a good question at the end about money. You said you headline for now. How much you charge?
Feature sets get between, on the low end, 3, maybe make $1,000 at like a good improv or something.
Now, are you guys really suspicious of this man? After the rounds
Yes, I am suspicious of him. Is there a way I can find this guy? I wonder if there's any sets I can find of him online.
But I just moved back from Northern California. I was living in the Redwood Forest. Fun fact, very hard to bring girls home when you live in the forest. All right, guys? They're always like, this is really creepy, and get me out of your trunk.
Yep. Yeah. So that answered my question.
Who do you think is the mole?
I'm torn. Isabella, James.
Whoa, James.
Interesting.
You have a lot of confidence coming off you.
He has a lot of confidence coming off of him. Yeah, dude, you're looking pretty suspicious. That joke about weed in your pants, bro, I bet you don't even smoke weed.
You could have a friend who's a comedian.
If anyone
and
has
you
had a lot of
asked him.
confidence and has been freaking trying to prove themselves, it's you.
Yep, call him out. I will be honest, James, the guy that Eric was just calling out, actually does seem like a comedian to me. Not a good one, but he does seem like one.
Your bit was rehearsed. Your bit was showing your butt, so I'm a little skeptical of you.
Or maybe you've just never seen anything like it before.
Oh God. New title for this video, Anti-Semite calls out comedian for being body positive.
I low-key think it's you.
Me?
Because we said
you wore a funny
professional
shirt.
comedian, and are you?
What's
Or do you guys play one on
define
Netflix?
professional
You would have
comedian?
had to.
He might be lying. If he's lying about being a comedian and he pulled that joke out of his pocket, we're gonna need to put this guy on a watch list.
I think that I voted for Michael because of his shirt. What did it say? I survived an Italian mother.
Yeah, actually, I never said anything about the shirt because I felt like it was too easy of a grab, but that is a horribly unfunny shirt. I recognize that I probably do look pretty similar to Michael. However, his vibe, his personality, everything he said screams, I watched The Office, have you seen The Office?
I take my leave.
Bye.
All right, so Isabella's out of there. Let's see if they made the proper choice, these goddamn idiots.
The mole, please step out and reveal themselves.
They got her immediately. So it was just a bunch of comedians being assholes to each other the entire time. I feel like that kind of ruined the element of the entire video for me. I would have loved to see her actually attempt a joke though.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about being, I guess, jaded, but it's, you know, it's like everybody's excited to sort of show off what they're passionate about. It's very sweet.
Poor guy, poor guy. He really wanted to just go in there and chop it up with some comedians, and meanwhile they were like, fuck you. Greedy suckers, go ahead and take that money. Yeah, live it up, you idiots. And that was it. They weeded out the fool being me. Everything is not what it seems, and that's very clear from this video, because if you ask me, none of these people were true comedians. But beat me over the head with a baguette and shove Pinocchio's nose in my ass, because we're through with it. Here's to never being a stand-up comedian ever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you love seeing my face and seeing me talk about everything. Subscribe now.